ounce of rebelliousness, maverick nature against the mainstream four-lane highway of sort of Merlot and Cabernet and Chardonnay and all this kind of stuff. And it's just the right kind of place to do it. Paso Robles was famous as a place where outlaws and desperados could go and get lost, and the law enforcement officers would never find them.
Embracing the rebel spirit, I decide to exact revenge for Oz turning me into a chauffeur. Back at Gary Eberly's lake, I put the wine god to the test with an innovative challenge.
Come on then, mate, do your worst.
What he has to do is dive in, swim out a bit, and I'm going to send him 4 different grape varieties in these pool-friendly Perspex glasses which float. He has to identify them, and until he's got them all right, he can't come out again. It's that simple. Right, you ready?
Yep.
Go. There you go, there is Oz Clarke in the water.
This lake is 16 feet deep and full of piranhas and sharks. Actually, it's just deep. So to make things more difficult, and as we've been focusing on Rhone Valley grapes, I'm going to slip in a couple of wild cards.
Chardonnay. Are you ready?
The Chardonnay grape is actually from Burgundy.
Oh, it smells good. It smells like Roussanne or something.
To be quite honest, I'm amazed he's going along with this.
I have to make a decision fairly quickly, or I'll drown.
In fact, I'm starting to think this isn't a test of his grape knowledge at all, but actually a test of what Oz Clarke will go through to drink wine.
Well, I think Chardonnay.
Well done. It is indeed a Chardonnay.
Next up is a Rhone Valley variety, Viognier.
That's a Viognier. Get on with it.
Number 3 is a Zinfandel. I don't want it to get too much.
James! I don't know. Is it not Petit Noir or something like that?
No, sir, it isn't.
Oh, it's Zinfandel. It's Zinfandel.
Yes, it is.
It's Zinfandel.
Wine number 4. To be brutally honest, I've never heard of it. It's Barbara.
I don't know.
Well, come on, use your extensive wine knowledge.
No, I'm just too tired to care.
I'll give you a clue. This northern Italian varietal.
Oh, God. Italy. Barbera or something.
What?
Barbera.
You're right. Right, just gather up your glasses, then you can come out.
Do not underestimate the lure of a good glass of wine on TV's Oz Clarke. I'm amazed at what it got him to do next. We've hooked up with a horde of vintners, and if that sounds like a gang, well, that's pretty much what it is.
This bunch of bikers are the ultimate rebel winemakers, and we're on the road to their Four Vines estate on the outskirts of Paso Robles.
Obviously, I can't let a bike gang see me driving Liberace's motorhome, so I've hired this Harley, a proper American hog. And in case you hadn't guessed, Oz Clarke has never been on a motorcycle.
Don't go. You're probably going too fast. No, don't imitate this. Wait. I'm just trying to see where we're going. If I sit like that on an empty, all I get is this great big black blob of your head. But I can't. All I'm trying to make sure is that two sets of eyes are better than one. I knew James would jump at the chance of getting a bike, so I thought I'd turn his enthusiasm to my advantage. The things I do to get this boy interested in wine.
No way. Oz Clarke. I thought you were dead.
Oh. This cheeky so-and-so is Christian Teacher, a self-styled punk winemaker whose goal is to blow the cobwebs off stuffy wine culture. I steeled myself for a wine tasting on the wild side.
You guys want to go inside getting some barrels?
Yeah.
Blonde bombshells, tattooed bikers. This is a far cry from the kind of poncy places he normally takes me.
The wines here have names like Anarchy, The Heretic and Loco. Christian is clearly not shy of flouting convention. We start off with his Naked Chardonnay.
So this is Santa Barbara fruit, really cool climate, white chalky soils, very similar to Chablis, and no oak. And because there's no oak, we called it Naked.
Unbelievably, this Chardonnay is within my budget, a mere $14 a bottle. I like these blokes, guys.
You gotta get tattooed and take a sip of Naked at the same time.
Absolutely.
Let me literally try a hellacious pour of wine. How's that?
Don't try and silver-tongue me, you bald-headed turd.
We're going for a more bedroom now. Right back.
I suspected this biker tasting would be carnage, but I'm going to endure it for the good of James's wine education.
I like the pace of your wine tasting here, because it's sort of hell, drink this, hell, drink that, yeah.
Weeks. No, get that thing off me now.
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome.
I have completely lost touch with what I'm tasting. What have I got? What is that? What is that? I don't know.
My head is like a Ramones gig, but in the midst of it, everything I've experienced in Paso Robles is beginning to crystallise. Now John, the wine guru, has convinced me about the concept of terroir, there's a logic to Stefan, the lunatic Frenchman, moving here. I've become pals with the Godfather, had a shootout with the next generation, and now, amazingly, I'm in a winery where I feel more at home than Oz. As he loses his grip, I feel I should take the lead.
You need to know what it's all about. This is punk rock in a bottle. This is anarchy.
And bring things down to earth with a pompous tasting note.
It's got a more bed core.
Shut up! This is a wine moment. I'm tasting anarchy.
After the events of the day, the taste of anarchy is surprisingly familiar.
Did you notice when we were riding along on the Harley-Davidson Heritage Softail, you could smell the scenery, you could smell the vines, you could smell the earth, you could smell the hot tarmac, you could also smell the engine of the bike, you can smell the way the sunshine is burning your arms. That makes a smell. It's like a cordite smell. All those things come to you when you're on the motorcycle. All of that, I think, is in here. This has a very... I'm riding on a motorcycle through California, out in the hills. It's a very hot day, and it's all been captured in a wine. It's anarchy, it's Hell's Angels, it's punk. This is a wine that will change the world. You're always going on about wine having a sense of place. This has a sense of place, and it has a sense of purpose as well.
And you know what?
It's revolutionary.
That is wine tasting. I knew that amidst the bikers and the birds, James would forget about wine being stuffy, and he did. He delivered a description worthy of the winiest wine buff, and one that totally encapsulates the spirit of Paso Robles. I think this is maverick heaven down here. Wild people making wines that could never be made in that sort of straight-laced world of I want to be Burgundy or I want to be Bordeaux. That's not their world. What they seem to be saying is we'll actually make our own role models, and our own role models, the role models we make will be us. On the next part of our adventure, we'll be hitting the dusty plains of Monterey in search of decent, affordable Chardonnay.
So grab yourself a glass and watch as I choose wine the American way.
We go to the world's biggest vineyard.
To use the English expression, this is chuffing massive.
And we flex some American muscle.
If you like the look of the wines from Paso Robles, read our suggestions about what foods go best with them at bbc.co.uk/food.
From New York to Knightsbridge, Heston Blumenthal goes in search of the perfect hamburger next here on BBC Two, and you won't believe how he makes the cheese slices. The new series continues in a moment.